Alright everyone, welcome back to Grow with Kit. So today is garlic planting day. So I'm just going to go to the shed in a minute and get the garlic that I grew this year. We've still got about half left, so I'm going to chuck all the biggest bulbs out of the lot I'm going to plant in here. So I'll take you into the house and I'll sort the garlic out, and then we'll come back out here and start planting. So I'll get back to you in a second. Alright, so I've been to the shed and retrieved what was left of my garlic harvest from this year. I've used up most of the big ones, but I'm going to separate these and keep the biggest ones to plant and use the small ones for cooking. So I'll get that done and get back to you in a second. Alright, so I've just spent a bit of time separating all these cloves. We got over 100 all in all, and I've kept 40 of the larger ones to plant out in the veg patch. So quite a lot of these have already got roots starting to come out, which is a good sign that they're ready to go outside. So we'll get started on this and get back to you in a minute. Right everyone, so I've got my garlic. I've put them in this tub. This is Dario French garlic. I grew these last year, did really well with them, had a really big crop. So I've saved these cloves, which I just showed you a minute ago. So I'm going to plant these along here. I'm going to do a row or two, see how far we get. I've got 40 cloves, so I'm just going to go around poking holes in. With my homemade dibber. This is just a stick that I've cut a point in the end. So I'm going to go along here, make 40 holes and plant the cloves. Okay guys, so like I said, I'm going to do a couple of rows of garlic along here. So I've got my homemade dibber, which is just a sharpened stick essentially. So I'm just going to make the holes for the garlic about 6 inches or so apart, and then take the clove, so the pointy end's the top and the flat hard bit is the bottom where the roots come out. So you want to put the root end down, and I normally plant them just underneath the surface, so the whole thing's just covered with soil. You don't want to plant them too deep because they'll struggle to come up. Too shallow, they can push themselves out and then the animals will get them. So bring you over here. Try and show you a bit closer. So just enough just to cover over the clove. And that's all there is to it. So I've just put another one in there. So I'll do the rest of this row, guys. I'll probably time lapse it and I'll get back to you when I'm done. Okay guys, so I'm just going to show you again what I'm doing. So I'm not overly bothered about straight lines or exact spacing, so I'm just using my stick to make holes approximately 6 inches apart and approximately 2 to 3 inches deep, just enough for the clove to go completely under the surface. So just like that, and then I normally zigzag the rows to make use of the space. and then get rid of that. I'll just pop the cloves in, root end down. So that's the pointy bit is always the top, flat, hard, scabby bit is the bottom. And just put them in the holes. And cover your holes over. I'm not going to cover them all over at the moment because I need to know where they are at the moment. When I've planted all of them, I'll come back and cover all the holes over. Okay, so I've finished planting the garlic now. So I've put in, dotted around this area here and continuing up past there. There's some onions and a couple of beans which have randomly popped up along here, so I've left them in there for now. So all I've got to do now is cover these over, and that's the garlic planted. So I'll get back to you in a minute. Alright, so they're all covered up now. So we've got 40 cloves of garlic. This is my homegrown Dario French garlic, which did really well this year. So stuck about half my crop back in for next year. So 40 garlic cloves. I've just put a string along here and here just to mark the general area where they were, and also it deters animals a little bit. So there's a few random beans which have popped up, and the onions that I threw back in, just the little tiny ones, so I've just chucked them back in as kind of like sets. So anyway, that's the garlicing. Alright everyone, so that's the garlicing. Should be ready by about July next year, hopefully. Maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later, depending on the weather. Hopefully they'll all come up. A fair few of them had roots on already, so that's a good sign. So we got 40 in, and the variety was Dario, and I've probably said it about 5 times, but it's the French garlic that I grew this year. Originally they were from the garden centre. So anyway guys, I'm not sure what the next video is going to be yet, but we've got some pruning and stuff to do, so thanks a lot for watching everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.